So what they do on Jeremy Kyle, just sit and laugh.
Just think no more Facebook all day now, back to full-time school after 8.
I think I had to grow up quite quickly with, like, because Sophie come along, and then I didn't have to be serious, but I didn't get that time after that with not as much quality time with my mum and dad, just to be a kid and go out maybe to the seaside or anything like that. And I think sometimes I missed out on that little bit of a childhood. I think when I was younger, I felt like I had to help. Like, mum and dad didn't tell me I had to, I just felt like I had to, and I think I just automatically did it. With Chloe growing up with it, she understood it a lot more, so she kind of accepted it.
There's about 500,000 children who grow up with a disabled brother or sister in the UK, and the main things that affect those children are their parents are very, very busy, they have a disabled child and lots of things they have to deal with, and they get less attention on the whole. They also find it very difficult to understand the disability. Why does my brother or sister behave the way they do? Why are they not able to talk the same as other children? Why is my brother or sister in a wheelchair? They want to know answers to all of those sort of questions.
Sometimes we would come to school with Sophie, or my dad would, and pick me up. And a lot of people ask questions, and I found that really hard. And I always thought that people was having a dig, or when people would stare, I hated it. So they just didn't understand what it was like to have a disabled sister or someone with a disability in the family. Do your friends ask questions?
Yeah, because when I took that disabled thing and when I showed that and an assembly, some people had their hands up and started asking questions, and I found it a bit difficult because some of them I didn't really know.
You didn't know the answers to the questions?
No.
There are some difficult situations that arise from growing up as a sibling of a disabled child. If you have a brother or sister who's in hospital a lot, you miss your mum or dad when they go to stay with them, you miss your brother or sister, you may be worried about what's going to happen, particularly if your brother or sister's having an operation.
She had scoliosis of the spine, so her spine was starting to go into an S shape. So she was in Leeds General having her spine straightened, she had rods put in. And it was like 2 operations, so obviously my mum was up there with Sophie all the time. So we only really saw my mum like maybe once or twice at the beginning when she came home maybe to get some clothes, and then obviously when Sophie come out of hospital.
It was a bit difficult for me and Charlotte because we didn't really see our mum.
Did you miss mum and Sophie?
Yeah, especially Sophie because I didn't really see her. She had a disability and she was a special sister.
Siblings are children and they want their fair share of time and attention, and they can feel they don't really have a right sometimes to ask for that attention. So it is a conflicting feeling for siblings.
I think the worst thing is, as awful as it sounds, and even though I was like 18 at the time, it was like, well, Sophie's getting all the attention. You do kind of feel a bit like, oh well, why is it always, do you know, why did mum have to be there with Sophie? And it's hard at times, and then like, I think when I saw Sophie, you just realise that Sophie needed mum there at the time.
Siblings tend to find that their needs have to wait until the disabled child has had their needs sorted out first. And one of the things we talk to parents about is making sure that siblings every day get a little bit of time doing something they would like to do. Little and often is better than maybe just going for big chunk of time on a Saturday once a fortnight, because children who are young need that very, very regular reassurance and contact with parents to know that they're special and that little bit of time is just for them.
Do you sometimes wish that you had time with mum and dad without a disabled sister? Do you feel like you're left out?
Sometimes, but sometimes, yeah.
Parents and siblings may be coping with a mixture of difficult emotions. They'll also be picking up on their parents' emotional state. Siblings absorb those feelings, and one of the things we feel really, really helps siblings with that is for parents to talk to them about those feelings.
I used to dislike talking about things like that with my mum and dad. I used to think that would upset them or worry them, and that was always a big part, like I held a lot in.
Parents can contact SIBS, who run specific parenting sessions on supporting siblings over the phone, so if parents have got a particular issue they want help with, that's something that we can offer. And we also encourage parents to contact their local healthcare professional or other professional working with their family to find out if there's a local sibling group or service near to them.
It's like a disability club, what you feel like you can talk to it any time you want when you go there. And anytime you feel like you want to say stuff what you can't say at home to your sister out because you think it might upset her, you can say it at club because they think you'll know how you feel, because they might feel it as well, the same feeling when they're at home.
I think I kind of resented Sophie. It was like, well, no, you've come along and I don't get nothing really. She'd taken away all this attention, and just because she was disabled. Going to SIBS, I kind of realised I was so selfish about it, and I just thought about me, and I didn't realise that I had this little sister that was just going to find life so difficult, and all the operations and everything. And going to SIBS, it makes you realise just special.
Siblings have particular issues that they need support with at different times throughout their childhood, and if parents and other professionals are able to give that support to siblings, it means siblings are able to have a positive experience of growing up with their disabled brother or sister.
After a few times at SIBS, I started to appreciate Sophie so much more. I realised that I wasn't the only one, and I wasn't the only one that this was happening to, and the only one that was hard done by or anything like that. It wasn't Sophie's fault that she was like that, and it helped me so much. I think it's such a great thing.
Sometimes I just feel like I want a disabled sister, but I don't know why.
You want a disabled sister, but you don't know why?
Yeah.
Is it because you love Sophie?
Yeah, she's special to me. I don't know what else is special to me except Sophie, my family.
Oh.
That includes you as well.
Thanks.